As many of my longtime fans know, Dillon Danis is my Jesus. I've always been a Dillon Danis apologist. Even when the whole world hated him, I stuck by his side. I'd rather die than miss a single Dillon Danis match. I never have. I've been there front row at all of his fights. I dream about him every time I go to sleep. Nah, I'm just kidding. No, I'm not. But his fight with Logan is approaching, and I gotta tell ya, I'm a little nervous. I don't know if Dillon can win. And the truth is, it's not even as much as I want Dillon to win as I really want Logan to lose. I hate Logan. I think he is probably the worst sentient life form ever depicted on the internet. And yeah, they have To Catch a Predator on the internet, and I still put Logan as number one. Now, Dillon has put out very little sparring footage, which is a very smart move by him. There's practically nothing out there of him boxing, and he doesn't want to give Logan's team anything to work with. What we can gather from the few pieces of footage he's put out there, he doesn't have a coach. He's not doing a lot of formal boxing training. It seems like he's just showing up to MMA gyms, hopping in during the Muay Thai sparring, and just telling the guys, no kicks this round. I mean, he's sparring guys with shin pads on. This is very different from what Logan's doing. He's working with Milton LaCroix, who is a legit world-class coach. And let me just tell you from experience, you are at a massive disadvantage if you don't have a proper head coach. It is so valuable to have someone who is extremely experienced in the sport, watching all of your rounds, really studying your game, filling in all the holes that you have. That's how you make improvements. And just taking a look at some of Dillon's sparring footage, you can definitely see he's lacking in some fundamental areas for sure. You can tell here, Dillon, he's really trying to work the body, but he's making a very common mistake. To really hurt someone with a body shot, you need to drive your fist into the body, but he's just slapping. Here, watch this 8-year-old do it really well. All the power from the punch going directly into the liver, while Dillon is just slapping. Here's the thing though, I think Dillon is aware of his boxing skills, and he doesn't want to box Logan Paul. I don't think that's going to be his strategy going into this fight. We've heard him say a few times on different podcasts and interviews that he believes Logan's going to quit on the stool. That's what he says. And all of his sparring footage shows him smothering his opponent, getting on the inside, working the body, working short uppercuts. Dillon's not going to sit on the outside and have a pretty boxing match. He wants to make it dirty. He wants to get on the inside, maybe throw some short headbutts, grab a guillotine if Logan ducks his head. But the thing about this is, I don't think it's a bad strategy. In fact, I think specifically for Logan Paul, this can work. When Logan Paul fought KSI for the very first time, he was the underdog. He had never boxed before. KSI had already had a match. KSI looked, quote-unquote, good for a YouTuber's standards back then. And Logan went into that fight very confident. He is way bigger than KSI. He is a way better athlete. He had a really good jab. He ended up gassing out, but that's completely normal for someone's first fight. Their second fight, though, he was the favorite, because everybody who knows nothing about fighting was like, oh, Logan's going to win because all he needs to do is get his cardio better. Cardio has nothing to do with it. The problem is your heart rate. When you're sparring or you're in the gym, your heart rate is normal. And obviously when you're fighting for the first time ever, your heart rate's going like crazy. It doesn't matter how good your cardio is, you're going to get tired a lot faster. But point is, Logan was the favorite, and he completely broke under the pressure. Completely. You saw it when he was walking out. He looked so scared, so timid. He did not want to be there. He fought very lazily. KSI spent the whole fight just wildly swinging these crazy looping punches, and Logan could not capitalize with a straight right hand to save his life. And he said it himself in podcasts after the fight. He goes, I don't think I have that dog in me, because he did not want to be there in that second KSI fight. He admitted it himself. When he fought Floyd Mayweather, obviously he was very confident because no one thought he could win. He had zero pressure on him. But this Dillon Danis fight, It's very different from when Jake first fought Ben Askren, first fought Tyron Woodley. He was the YouTuber fighting real professional world championship fighters. He's not supposed to win. Well, that is not the case here. Logan's first boxing fight was all the way back in 2018. That was 5 years ago. He's gone through multiple fight camps since then. He's been consistently training. You see it whenever Jake posted anything about his training camp, you'd see Logan there also boxing. Obviously, he's done other things during that time, but he has been in the gym for 5 years. Dillon Danis has been boxing for like 6 months. No one is expecting Dillon Danis to win. And I'll tell you this right now, Logan has never had more pressure to win, ever, in his life. This is the most hyped fight he's ever been a part of, and he has the weight of his entire marriage onto this fight. Imagine he loses after all the stuff Dillon did with his fiancée. Dillon is 100% expecting Logan to crack under the pressure. He's expecting him to not want to be there, so he's going to try to smother him, not let him breathe, and just pepper him nonstop. And look, I don't think this would work with most people with the amount of boxing experience Logan has against someone as skillful as Dillon Danis is. But Logan has shown us that he is susceptible to pressure. And I think it is possible Dillon breaks him.